Emotions are a habit. If you say, how do I pull myself out of my own funk or my own frustration, my own overwhelm, you got to first own the fact that you've identified that as the way that you live. I always tell people, you get what you tolerate. And so you've gotten used to tolerating that, and you start thinking, this is me, when all it is a habit. It's a habit of the way of looking at life. It's a habit of how you use your body. It's a habit of language that you use. Because certain words, when you use them, you become that. I really believe what you've got to do is train yourself. Train yourself physically. It's like working out. You know, people say, don't you have bad days? Of course I get pissed off, I get frustrated, I feel sad, I do all those things, but I don't stay there. I used to live there. I used to be depressed all the time. I never get depressed now because, not because I'm so positive, it's not fake, it's like a muscle. You know, you can train yourself to get frustrated by doing it all the time. You can train yourself to be stressed out. You can train yourself to feel sad by doing it so often. We get wired. The more we do something, the more wired we get. You can train yourself to feel passionate. You can train yourself to feel strong. And I tell people, don't settle. Remember, you get what you tolerate. Put yourself in gear. Go for a workout. Start to train your body and your mind. And also find something you want to serve greater than yourself. Because if you're just doing this for you, you're going to probably have bad days. But if you're doing it for your family, if you're doing it for your community, if you're doing it for humanity, you really are, and it isn't bullshit, you're going to find a level of energy inside you. You're going to get insights you never had. I really believe motive does matter. If your motive's just for yourself, you don't get much insight. Life supports you because you're part of life. But if you're trying to support more than yourself, when you get a vision, that's how businesses grow. That's how movements happen, right? Find something big in yourself to serve and make sure that you don't tolerate weakness in yourself. That doesn't mean you're not to feel sad, but you're not just going to stay there because you made that decision. Life's too short to feel like crap. I've decided I want to live in a beautiful state for the rest of my life. That doesn't mean I won't feel bad. It means I won't stay there because I'm in control and I can change it. So can you. Is a breakthrough, by the way, so we're clear. If you say you're having a breakthrough, who's ever had a breakthrough? You fought, and then you had a breakthrough. Who's had this happen before? Say I. A breakthrough is when there's something you struggle with for a long time. You say you're going to change. You say you're going to make it happen. You're going to lose that weight. You're going to grow your revenues. You're going to make that profit. You're going to make something happen. You're going to find that relationship. You're going to stop smoking, and you get right near the edge, and then you pull back. Who's done this multiple times before? But then finally had a breakthrough. You broke through and actually changed it. Say I. So jot down what a breakthrough is, and let me give you the 3 steps of it. A breakthrough is a moment in time. That's what it is. It's a moment in time. It's a moment where suddenly what was impossible becomes possible. And what makes it possible is you take immediate massive what? Immediate massive what? Action. For that to happen, for the impossible to become possible, and for you to have action that's going to get results, really, I found over the years, any kind of breakthrough that you're going to have requires 3 things to it. And if you never see me again, and you're ever in a place where you say, I'm sick of fighting this, I'm sick of not getting results I want, I don't want to just learn more, I want to break through. If you remember this and go back to this simple formula, and by the way, I've made this simple purposely. You know why? Complexity is the enemy of execution. The more complex you make it, the less likely you're going to execute. I'm so good at getting people to do things because I make it so damn simple, you can't miss it. So let's do it. What's it going to take to have a breakthrough? Before I tell you, let's have you think of an area where you once fought and you finally had a breakthrough. For you personally, what's an area where you pushed and pushed and pushed, you couldn't do it, and you finally made yourself do it and broke through? How many can think of a specific area of your life where you actually did create a breakthrough? Say I, if you can remember one. Oh, say it strong. Say I. Say I. What was that area? Say it out loud. What was the area? Just say it out loud. What area did you break through in? Say it out loud. What was the area? Okay? So now, you've had success before. Let's do it again. I'm going to show you the 3 things you need for a breakthrough. Any one of the 3 can do it. All 3 of them together, you will absolutely break through. And I'm going to give them to you in reverse order of importance, meaning I'm going to tell you the least important thing first because it's the first thing most of you go for. It's not the most important, but it's very important. Now, before I do it, I want you right now to think of an area you want to break through right now. What's an area of your life right now that you'd like to create a breakthrough? How many can think of something you came here for? I want to change this. I want to rip this open. I want to transform this. I want to master this. Who's got an area of your life right now? Great. Sit up in your chair with some energy right now. Sit up in your chair. Make sure the people on either side of you are in a peak state right now. Come on, get them up. All right, right now, pick an area you want to create a breakthrough in. What's an area you want to create a breakthrough in? Money, finance. Great. What specifically do you want to create a breakthrough about money or finance? I'd like some money. Now here's the problem. Ask and you shall. So if she says, I'd like some money, I could give her $1 and go, okay, now you got some money. Let's move on. If you're that general, you're probably getting what you're asking for. You just don't realize it because you're too general. What's the breakthrough you want with money? To be able to travel the world. What prevents that from happening now? Money. So we now know what a real problem is. I'm going to show you what a real problem is in a moment. Somebody else, what's the breakthrough you want? What's the breakthrough? Tell me. Raise your hand. What's the breakthrough? What's the breakthrough you want, sir? What is it? To be a leader for my family. What's preventing you from being a leader for your family? My mindset. What specific mindset? What focus? I'm just not focused enough. Now, I want you to listen to people's answers because you're going to see why people aren't changing because it's so general. Someone else, be honest. What's the area you want to break through in? Yes, ma'am. What do you want to break through in? She goes, I want to break through in clarity of what I want to do with my career. What do you want to do with your career? You don't know. I know you don't know, but if you did know and had to tell me right now, what would you say? I want to be up there talking to thousands of people. She doesn't know, and then when I say, I know you don't know, what's the answer? She fucking tells me the answer instantly. She just has a habit of saying, I don't know. And when you say, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, over and over again, you tell yourself a story, you begin to believe that story. And once you believe it, it's manifest. How many of you have ever had, when you're a kid, you're eating dinner, your parent says to you, could you get me the salt? And you're enjoying your meal, you don't want to get up, so you don't lie, you say, I don't know where the salt is. It's not a lie, you don't know its exact position in this moment of time. And your parent says, you know where it's in the kitchen. You go, I don't know where the salt is, you go get me, I don't know, you give me the salt right now. What do you say in your head? As you walk in the kitchen, I don't know where the salt is, I don't know where the salt is, I don't know where the salt is. You open the cabinet, really do look. It's not here. It's on the second shelf, they tell you. You think, I don't know what the salt is. I don't know what the salt is. You look and say, it's not here. They come storming the kitchen. They reach right in front of your face and they go, what is this? Who's ever had one of these experiences? Say, I. Now here's my question. Did your eyes see the salt? Yes or no? Yes, your eyes saw the salt, but your mind did not allow you to perceive the salt because you told yourself a story over and over again. A belief over and over again, and it didn't want to make you a liar with yourself, so you created what's called a scotoma, or a blind spot. Now, if you listen to all the people here, they're all searching, so let me give you the answer. 3 keys to a breakthrough. Think of the area you want to have a breakthrough in right now. Your body, your money, your relationships, your career, your business, your joy, your happiness, and let's look at what your choices are. First element, there are 3 S's for a breakthrough. First element most people are looking for is they're looking for the right strategy. They're saying, if I could find the right strategy, I could get this result right now. And by the way, my life, I am a life and business strategist. All I do virtually is seek out the world for fine strategies. I find people have been together for 60 years and they don't just love each other, they're intimate, they're passionate, they make love. And I want to know, what do they have different than other people? And I don't think it's luck, and I know it's not luck, and I figure out what their strategies are. They do things that excite each other. And I find out what those things are, and you can put them in anybody's relationship and it's reignited. I find people, I just got done doing a 4-year project where I interviewed 50 of the most wealthy human beings on earth, the greatest investors in history. And these are all people that started with nothing and became multi-billionaires. And I interviewed them, put it inside the book, the very best of what I've learned. I got a PhD from the people that control the world economy, from the Warren Buffetts of the world, from the Ray Dalias of the world. And once I knew what their strategies are, like right now, one of the strategies I put in my book, it's called Money Master the Game. And I believe it's in Australia now. I think it's coming. Is it here yet? A few of you have seen here? In this book, I got one of them to actually give me his strategy. And this man named Ray Dalio, he's the largest hedge fund in the world. This is a guy that rich people, they have money to give to a hedge fund guy. The big hedge funds are 15 billion. Ray is 160 billion. He's 10 times larger than anyone on earth. You have to have $1 billion net worth and give him $100 million 10 years ago to even begin investing with him. Now he doesn't care how much money you have, he won't take your money. And I got him to give me the strategy that he has all of his personal money and he's never told it to anyone on earth. And I put it in the book because I convinced him, you're not taking anybody's money anyway. So you're not getting, all the money you could ever take, you're taking, you're giving up half your net worth. I'm going to give this to the average person. Anybody that followed the strategy last year beat the stock market. The stock market in the US was 13.2. It did 15.6. In October last year, his strategy, not mine, I just got it from him. The stock market, the Dow dropped 1,000 points in 1 month. It dropped 6%. This went up 0.2%. First 7 days of this year, the market was down 3%. This is up 1%. Right now, it's up 3.5%. The market's up, what, 2.25%. And in the last 75 years, it's made money 85% of the time. Well, imagine. And when it lost, it only lost 1.6%. And when it wins an average of 10%. If you could go to Vegas and win 85% of the time at 10% and lose 15% of the time, how often would you fucking play? And it's in the book. That strategy you do once a year, you rebalance it, and you're done. That's how powerful it is. And it's only not worked twice, 2008 and in 1932. And in both cases, it did twice as good as everything else, but it did lose money. Now, that's the power of a fucking strategy. But getting it from the best on earth, that's what I do. Now to do that, I spent time, energy, money, effort. It didn't interrupt me. I had to pursue it. I had to expect no answers, but I want the answer, and I got it. So I know the power of strategies if anybody else does. But I want to tell you, most of you want to lose weight, you're looking for the strategy. You want a relationship, you're looking for the strategy. You look at business, you want your strategy. All good things. The right strategy, save you years, save you decades. Convert results in minutes that you would have struggled for forever. So I know the value of strategies. But with all that I just said about strategies, they're not the most important piece to a breakthrough. Because think about it, 70% of the United States is overweight. I don't know the current number in Australia, but it's starting to catch up to the US. Most of the world is catching up to the US. We've polluted everybody else with the same lifestyle. And so guess what? Is it really that hard to be fit and strong? Is it so complex that you'll never understand it? Is that why? Is the strategy complex for fit and strength, to be fit and strong, yes or no? Is it like so unique and special that only the 1% can afford it? No. In fact, don't you have to work your ass off to avoid the information that can make you fit and strong? In fact, today, God forbid, if you wanted to go work out and be trained, how far would I have to leave this building to get to a place where they would train me? How far? There's one right over there, isn't there? And we'd probably drive there. God forbid we'd actually walk to the place we're gonna work out and shit, right? And oh, by the way, you don't have to do that. Now you can take out your phone or your iPad right now and download 10 books. We're living in a world where the strategies are all around you. So strategy may be your problem, often it is, but more often you're missing the number 2 thing you need, and that is the right story. Because the story you have about your life, about your business, about the area of your life that's not where you want, the area you're breaking through, your story is what's making you be stuck. What's a story? It's a belief that you tell yourself over and over again, like, I don't know what to solve this, I don't know what to solve this. You tell the story so often you believe it. A man once said, you tell a lie big enough, loud enough, and long enough, sooner or later people will believe you. Who said that? Hitler. And most of us are Hitler in our own minds. We convince ourselves of challenges. So when a person says, well, you know, I've tried, someone who hasn't lost weight, they'll say, I've tried. Come on, what do they say? I tried everything. Bullshit. If you tried everything, you'd be fit and strong. Well, I've tried thousands of ways. Thousands? Name them. Well, I've tried hundreds. Name them. Well, I've tried dozens. Name them. Well, I did do these 2 stupid things that don't work over and over again. Mine was, I'm big boned. I am big boned, but I was 38 pounds heavier with the same bones. So we often say things that are true to back things up. They are true, you're big boned, but that is not why you're fat, right? So the story keeps us from it. If you don't have the relationship you want, what's the story? All the good ones are gone, and they're gay and I'm not, or they're not gay and I am. There's the story. The story is there. In fact, write this down. The only thing keeping you from getting what you want, the only thing keeping you from getting what you want is the story you keep telling yourself about why you don't have it. The only thing keeping you from getting what you really want is the story you keep telling yourself about why you don't have it yet. Here's what I say. Divorce your story and marry the truth. Divorce your story and marry the truth. And don't make it one of those divorces where you revisit with your old past belief system again. Divorce it, cut it off, and marry the truth. The truth will set you what? But you got to develop the empowering story, because without that, now some of you think an empowering story is the one that allows you to keep going at what doesn't work. I'm not talking about a story where you cover your ass and explain that you're still going to achieve what you want someday in the future, because no one can argue with that because the future's not here, but really you're not doing anything to change significant. Who knows what I'm talking about here? Say I. So you got to find a story that's going to empower you to act, a story that's going to get you to find the breakthrough, because otherwise, with a lousy story, you'll never find the strategy, or you'll come up with a reason why it's too expensive, you can't get there, you can't access it, or you'll even get the strategy and then half-assed apply it just so you can reward your story that says it doesn't work because I tried it. Like, it's all bullshit, it's bullshit, it's bullshit, it's bullshit. Jumping and doing something different in your head. Of course it's not going to work, you're not doing it. It's self-fulfilling. How many follow this? Say I. So I want you to get, this is the secret.